Now, breaking news coming in from Indonesia. Viewers, a powerful earthquake measuring 7.4 on the Richter scale has struck early Thursday morning. The quake hit at 6:48 local time in the Molucca Sea, with its epicenter located about 127 kilometers west-northwest of Ternate in North Maluku province. It struck at a depth of roughly 35 kilometers. The tremor initially registered as high as 7.8 before being revised to 7.4, which is very high, viewers, when it comes to the devastation and the effect. It has triggered tsunami warnings across the region, with authorities warning of possible hazardous waves for coastal areas of Indonesia and nearby countries, including the Philippines and Malaysia. Ajay Chandyal is joining me with more details very shortly. All right. So this, viewers, is the latest that we are getting you. A very powerful earthquake has rocked Indonesia, and it measures 7.4 on the Richter scale. And this happened early Thursday morning. The quake hit at 6:48 local time in the Molucca Sea, with its epicenter located about 127 kilometers west-northwest of Ternate in North Maluku province. Visuals on your screen, viewers, and of course, look at those visuals. The way the roof is being rocked, you can imagine the effect. 7.4 is very high on the Richter scale. You can see those dramatic visuals on your screen. Yash Ahuja is joining me with more details. Yash, what more can you tell us?
Yes, Vaishali very rightly pointed out, a 7.4 magnitude earthquake has struck Indonesia. It struck at the Molucca Sea, and the epicenter is located about 127 kilometers west-northwest of Ternate in North Maluku province. The earthquake struck at a depth of roughly 35 kilometers. It was initially registered as high as 7.8 before being revised to 7.4. There are early reports of damage to the building and at least one fatality from falling rubble. Indonesia's disaster agency and the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center are actively monitoring the situation. Residents in low-lying coastal zones have been urged to move to higher ground. Aftershocks are continuing, with some reaching magnitude 5. Back to you.
Ajay Chandyal is joining me with more details. Ajay, a powerful earthquake has rocked Indonesia. What more can you tell our viewers?
Yes, what we have seen that Indonesia is basically comes under the earth-prone area, and in the past as well. But this is a fresh one in which 7.4 magnitude earthquake have jolt Indonesia and the neighboring countries, and definitely after this major earthquake was felt, there was a panic among the people, and there are inputs and pictures which clearly shows that it was a disastrous kind of earthquake for the Indonesia. As of now, there is no report of any casualty in Indonesia, but yes, major damage to the infrastructure is expected, as the visual clearly showing that how after 7.4 magnitude earthquake was felt, the people, those who were inside the houses, the buildings, some of the offices and the shopping malls, that was seen, losing their infrastructure. So that is what exactly was happening over there. But we are waiting for the official report that how many people have lost their life, or is there any injuries to the civilians, that has to be seen.
All right, Ajay, stay on with me. Now, tragic new details are emerging from Indonesia, viewers, after this morning's powerful earthquake. Small tsunami waves have now struck several coastal areas, and authorities confirm at least one person has been killed. The 7.4 magnitude quake struck the Molucca Sea at 6:48 local time. Shortly afterwards, small waves were recorded up to 30 centimeters, which is about 1 foot, in West Halmahera and 20 centimeters in Bitung. Indonesian officials say a 70-year-old woman died in North Sulawesi Minahasa district after being hit by falling rubble. At least one other person was injured. Some houses and buildings have also sustained damage, with assessment teams still working on the ground. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center has since lifted its broader tsunami alert, stating the immediate threat has now passed. Ajay, what can you tell us on this latest development?
Yes, by now input says that one female lost life in this tragic incident of earthquake and one person is injured there. But there are apprehensions that several other are also expected to lose, they might be affected because of this earthquake, as it was a 7.4 magnitude earthquake, which basically have shaken Indonesia and Malaysia and other part of the country's neighboring country, Philippines. So that is what basically the authorities are doing, that they are trying to assess the detail from the ground and so that they can find out the people. There is in reports that some damage to building in area that also has taken place. There are apprehension that people, those who were in the sea, they might be affected because of the earthquake, because there was a tsunami kind of situation inside the sea because of the waves. That also is the reason that there is a matter of concern for the authorities. That what about the people, those who are basically inside the sea.
Ajay, thanks for joining me. And viewers, we'll be back very shortly after this commercial break.